He
Morning.
himself called me. I asked my questions and so on, and he answered. He was very patient. Now quite a while with him, and talked about a lot of things, and this and that. But I wanted to say, character, integrity. These are the most important things with sponsors, and all of your sponsors, because I've dealt with a lot of them. They all have that you can trust them, and you're getting a fair shake.
Do what Ray did. Call attorney Barry Siegel right now. Toll free 1-855
Here we go.
FLA 3782. That's 1-855 toll free FLA 3782. Tell them Steve sent you.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1.
All right. Yes. Welcome back. It's Thursday morning, April 16th, 2020. We are here live with you. This is the Steve Kane Show. I'm misspeaking, right? It's early. No, I woke up at 2:15 this morning, got up out of bed, took a shower, put the coffee on. I got up at 2:15 today. I really did. Welcome to the program, everyone. Again, my name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Welcome. We are here live in South Florida. And hopefully today, President Trump will come out. Let me ask you something here. I'm going to throw this out. Is there anything you would like President Trump to do that he's not doing? I did watch Tucker Carlson a little bit last night. Which governor did he have on again? What state was he from? The one, we've talked about this as the weeks have gone on. I guess we're a month. We just broke the month into the social distancing era, and things are very different. Yesterday, I had to go to the bank, and I had to go inside the bank. And let me tell you, it was a completely different place than I've ever been in before. I've been going to this particular bank for years and years and years. I know a lot of banks don't have the lobbies open, but the bank I typically go to has the lobby open. I'd much rather go to the drive-thrus, but they closed down all the drive-thrus a few years back. I guess they didn't think they would need them. Yeah, well, that was a smart decision, Bank of America. But anyway, I go to my bank yesterday, and I was talking about how last time, because I went to the bank about a week or two ago, I made a YouTube video about this, how everyone was wearing masks at the time except me and someone else. And it was a little strange. And then yesterday I went inside the bank lobby, and everyone was wearing a mask, including me. Things have changed in the last couple of weeks. We're all wearing masks now. And they have the marks, they have these big stickers on the floor, maintain social distancing 6 feet. But what they had at the bank yesterday was something I have not seen before. When I went inside my bank, there was an armed guard, which they typically do not have, okay? And an armed guard inside the bank, and he basically, it seemed to me what his job was to make sure that all the bank customers maintained social distancing. And someone came in the bank. I got very lucky. When I walked into the lobby, there was no one in there other than the employees. So I was, boom, right up there in the front. And then a couple minutes later, I looked back, and because of social distancing, there was a line every 6 feet. There was somebody almost to the door. And everyone was wearing a mask. And I heard some commotion. And I looked back. And there was a gentleman. He was wearing a mask. He had a question. I didn't hear what the question was. And he walked past everyone that was in line to try to get some help, because the people in line were waiting for a teller. He didn't want a teller. And the armed security guard put his hand up, put his hand up like the stop thing, and said, "Sir, you must maintain the social distancing guidelines." And the guy's like, I got a question. And he kept walking past these people. And the guard got upset. He's like, "Sir, you were violating the social distancing guidelines. You've got to stand back. You've got to get 6 feet away." And the guy eventually got back, and it was a little. I thought it was a little heavy-handed. And we are living in a world right now that is very surreal, and sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming and I'm watching from above, like an out-of-body experience. Yeah, now I'm not going to blame the bank because I don't know if I don't want to blame the bank. I don't know if the guard just got a little crazy, but I'll tell you, when this guy, he was an older guy. I just have a question. I said, "Oh, sir, get back." It was rough. I thought he was abrasive. I don't know if he got carried away, if this is what's going on now, but we're in a different place today than we were in just 2 weeks ago, so far as the attitudes of people. And Tucker Carlson, I saw part of his show last night. I can't remember, what state was that governor on that was on Tucker Carlson last night? Who was banning church gatherings, and he was saying, "Hey, under what authority can you take away people's constitutional right?" I thought it was a pretty interesting discussion Tucker had last night. And yeah, the New Jersey governor, thank you very much. Someone in the YouTube Live chat room. Yeah, the New Jersey governor, we have surrendered so much of our rights, many of our liberties. Democrat governors in particular just think that they can wipe out, in the entire Bill of Rights without any discussion, without any legislation, just an order, which they cannot do. But they're doing it, or you think they can. I guess they can do it because they're doing it in many places around America. But anyway, this bank story, I don't know. People got to maintain their social distancing, I guess. And I had to go inside the bank because I had a check, and I had gotten the check wet with a hand sanitizer, because I walk around everywhere with hand sanitizers, the Lysol wipes. And I'd gotten the check wet with the hand sanitizer, so I couldn't do it through the ATM machine outside at the drive-thru. So I had to actually go in because I figured it would tear the check up, because, it's paper, and it got wet, so I had to go inside the bank. And a lot of people went inside the bank. Other than this one guy that had the confrontation with the security guard, the armed guard. An armed guard, "Sir, maintain the social distancing." I was like, whoa. It was a little weird and scary and uncomfortable. But I'll tell you this. Yesterday, I went to a lot of places yesterday. And, of course, everywhere I went, I maintained social distancing. I wore my mask, right? I take my Lysol wipes everywhere in case I have to touch anything. I use Lysol wipes. And the one thing I really hate is when I pay for something somewhere and I have to key in my PIN code. I really hate that. And I always have a Lysol wipe to push the buttons and everything. But yesterday, I went on a search for some things. Toilet paper, Lysol, and some more Lysol wipes. And I went to 2 Walgreens. I went to Walmart. And I had no luck at any of those. They did have toilet paper at the Super Walmart. And it was very strange toilet paper. It was 4-roll packs. It had no brand name on it at all, not even a generic brand name. It just said toilet paper, 4 rolls, and it was 69 cents for a 4-pack. And I called my wife, and she says, "Don't get that stuff. We're not going to use that stuff. We're not there yet, but we could be in the future." I said, "Are you sure? This 69-cent 4-roll pack of toilet paper might look pretty good a few months down the road." She's like, "No, don't get it." So I didn't get it. And I had no luck getting anything. And then later I had to go to the post office. So I went to 2 Walgreens, Super Walmart, and the post office. I had to go to the post office yesterday. I had to mail something. And I had no stamps. So I had to go into the post office to mail it. And everywhere I went, there was a line. There was a long line inside the post office. There were people in line at all the registers at Walmart, just like a normal day. People shopping, except people had masks on. Some people have gloves. Me, I'm walking around with my Lysol wipes everywhere, getting my checks wet and things like that. But, you know, no matter what, except for the one guy at the bank, everyone was maintaining all the social distancing guidelines that have been laid down from upon high. Everyone seemed comfortable with it. Everywhere I went, everyone was wearing a mask. I didn't see anyone wearing a mask. Okay, so today we're going to get some guidelines from President Trump to the governors on how to open up the states. And from my experience, I am sure the rest of the country is pretty much like we are here in the places I went in South Florida yesterday. Also went to Chipotle. I went over there, went in and did a carry out. Everyone's wearing a mask. Workers are wearing masks and gloves, but everyone's wearing masks. People have changed their behavior to the point we can open up now. We can open up the rest of the country for the most part, except for New York. People are taking the added precautions and will continue to. And I'll tell you this, when that guy at the bank violated the social distancing guidelines at the bank, while no one got involved except for the security guard, the armed security guard, right? The people that were in line, they weren't comfortable with it. They didn't like it. They were pretty ticked that he walked by them and all this stuff. So, like it or not, we're in a new world. The entire country have changed their behaviors. I never thought the day would come we'd all be wearing masks, because I used to see the Japanese tourist at Walt Disney World all the time wearing masks. And I always thought it was kind of crazy. Sometimes they would even have babies wearing the mask too. And sometimes the masks are all stylish and cool. And I always thought that was so ridiculous. And now we are doing it. So I am assuming that Florida is going to start to open up quickly. If Governor Ron DeSantis can open up professional wrestling, the WWE, I still call it the WWF, and so I got to think when I say that. If the WWE can be in business, why can't pretty much everything else be in business, huh? So let's hope that these guidelines come down early. I really don't want to wait till 5 in the afternoon, because I'm itching to get the country back up and running. All right, listen, we're going to take our first break of the day. It's 17 minutes after 6 o'clock in the morning. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Indeed it is. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere, all right? Stay tuned.
Attention seniors over the age of 65. In this unsettling time due to COVID-19, if you have recently lost your job or been forced into retirement and want to learn about all of your Medicare health insurance options, call Debbie and her team at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080, for a free review of your existing health insurance plan and to receive a free no-obligation education on all of your Medicare options. I Will Advisors are carrier neutral, which means they don't just represent one insurance carrier, they represent all major national carriers and will guide you through the confusing process to find the right plan for your particular needs. Free of charge. Call Debbie and her team right now. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Hey, I'm having some phone problems. Can someone give me a call? I just cleared out the phones. The 888-GO-CANE 1 number. I'm testing out my phones. I'm having a phone issue. Can you call the number?
Get the best night's sleep you've ever had with a My Pillow. Have you not gotten your My Pillow yet? Right now is the best time to do it.
That's right, Brian. Hey guys, this is Brian's wife, Kathy, and this is the best time to get a My Pillow. They have amazing deals. Take advantage of them now.
Go to mypillow.com, click the radio listener link, and you will see all these great deals.
Yeah, 888-465. Just I need to do a test, not on the air.
Offer right now on the Giza Dream Sheets. Buy one set of My Pillow Giza Dream Sheets and get the second set.
Steve,
for free.
hello?
You gotta love BOGO deals. They're the best.
Great. The phone's ringing, but I can't hear.
There's a lot of other deals too. Again, go to mypillow.com, click the radio listener link, and you
Always a
use the
freaking
promo code
problem.
Kane, K-A-N-E, at at checkout to get these incredible deals. So go right now to mypillow.com, click the radio listener special. Make sure to use that promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout to take
I gotta do an extended break here to fix it.
You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. Make sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, 1-800-716-4879.
I'm gonna take a look right now.
We have on the line attorney Barry Siegel, our estate planning attorney, and he's going to tell you what you can do to take care of your family in this very difficult period. Barry, what have you seen happening with estate planning since the outbreak of the coronavirus?
Hello? Okay, it's ringing, but then I don't hear anything.
Things that we talk about often is how people procrastinate when it comes to setting up their estate planning, because estate planning, most of the time for people, is something they should do.
Okay, here's the thing.
The outbreak and concern is made people specifically so instead of being a should, it's become a must.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute because I need to use that phone to get this taken care of. So I'll be back in just a minute, guys. I'll start a new feed. Don't go anywhere. All right, just wait. I'll be back.